I decided to challenge myself with something that seemed almost impossible. My goal was to make real, actual money online in just 7 days. Starting completely from zero. No experience, no audience, no email list, no following, no website, and not a single dollar to spend. I honestly had no idea if this would work. I knew it would be extremely difficult, and I also knew that failure was very likely if I didn't carefully plan every single step. But I promised myself I would give it my absolute best effort. I would test every method, leave no stone unturned, and push myself past frustration, doubt, and failure. What happened during these 7 days shocked me in ways I could never have predicted. One of these methods actually worked, and it worked far better than I ever imagined. The other methods, well, they taught me lessons that almost nobody talks about online. In this video, I will show you every single step of my journey, the failures, the tiny victories, the mistakes that cost me time, and the method that finally generated real money. Stay with me until the very end, because the last part of this story is the most shocking, the most eye-opening, and it will show you exactly what works in 2026 for beginners trying to make real money online. I promise, this is not just theory. Everything I'm about to share is real, tested, and honest. I decided to test 3 completely different methods to try and make money online. Each one was unique. Each one tested me in a completely different way, forcing me to learn, adapt, and think critically. The first method looked almost too easy, which immediately made me suspicious. How could it be this simple? Could it really work? The second method was extremely popular online. Everyone talks about it, claims it works, and shares tutorials. But I wanted to see if it actually works in real life, not just on paper. And the third method, very few people mention it, very few explain it, and it seemed like the one that could give actual, measurable results if done correctly. I only used my smartphone. No camera, no expensive tools, no website, just my phone, a bit of time, and a plan. I dedicated a few hours every day, tracked everything meticulously, and made a rule for myself. No shortcuts, no cheating, no hacks, only persistence, testing, and learning from every single failure. I didn't know what to expect. Some days I felt excited. Some days I felt frustrated. But I was determined to see this challenge through to the very end, no matter what. I started with the first method, apps that promise to pay money for simple tasks. I downloaded multiple apps, tried all of them, clicked, watched ads, completed surveys, tested referral bonuses, and even experimented with small strategies I found online. At first, it felt like I was making progress. Just a few cents here, a few cents there. I thought, maybe if I keep doing this, it will add up. But as I spent more time, I realized the shocking truth. The time it took to earn even a single dollar was enormous. Hours of effort for almost nothing. After 2 full days, I had earned less than $10. $10 for hours of work. I was exhausted, frustrated, and starting to doubt myself. I thought, maybe making money online is just a myth for beginners. Maybe it's all hype. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But I didn't quit. I reminded myself I had 2 other methods to test. This was just the beginning of the story. This was the most challenging part so far. I felt frustrated and exhausted. I questioned myself constantly. Maybe making money online is impossible. Maybe all these videos, tutorials, and guides are scams. Maybe success is reserved for people who already have experience or connections. But I pushed myself forward. I reminded myself why I started: to test, learn, and discover what actually works. The next method, method 2, looked promising, and I had to see it through. Even though I had no idea if it would actually work, that moment of doubt, that tension where you almost want to quit but decide to push forward anyway, that's where most people fail. But I decided to continue, and that decision would change everything. The second method was creating and posting short videos online. I posted every single day, no face, no fancy editing, just simple content. At first, nothing happened. 0 views, 0 engagement, 0 feedback. But I didn't give up. I experimented with titles, captions, formats, and timing. I analyzed every single response and tried to learn what works and what doesn't. Then something incredible happened. One of my videos started to gain traction, slowly. At first, a few hundred views, then a few thousand, and then it began to really grow. The algorithm picked it up. Suddenly, I realized the power of consistency. experimentation, and learning fast. This taught me an important lesson. Success online isn't about luck, it's about persistence, testing, and learning from every single attempt. But even with all these views, I still wasn't making real money. Views alone aren't enough. Even as the video started gaining views, I realized something critical. Attention and views aren't enough. To make real money online, you have to connect your content to something that actually generates income, a product, a service, or an opportunity that people value. I also learned how important storytelling is. Every word, every pause, every sentence can make someone stay or leave. Consistency and persistence alone aren't enough. You have to keep people engaged, curious, and emotionally invested. Then I moved to the third method, the method I had the highest hopes for, and it completely changed everything. I started seeing real results, and I couldn't believe how fast things turned around when done correctly. The third method was completely different. Instead of relying on apps or hoping for random viral hits, I focused on creating content that leads people to real opportunities and real income. I applied everything I learned: consistency, storytelling, engagement, curiosity, timing, and strategy. Within just a few days, I earned my first real money online. Not a huge amount, maybe just enough to buy something small, but it was real money, and it proved the method worked. This method felt like discovering a secret almost nobody teaches beginners online. And I realized that, if done correctly, this method could scale into real income far beyond what I expected. This was the turning point, from almost giving up to seeing a real breakthrough in just a few days. After 7 days of testing, here's the result. Apps gives almost nothing. Videos gives growth and attention. Third method gives real money earned. The lesson is clear. Stop wasting time on methods that don't scale. Focus on what actually works. And here's the most important part. If you want me to show you exactly how I did this, step by step, follow the channel. In the next video, I'll break down every single detail of this process, including exactly how you can replicate it to grow your own online income. Remember this: consistency, testing, and storytelling are the keys to online success. It's not about luck, it's about persistence, learning fast, and applying what works. Now it's your turn to take action. Try the methods, test, and see for yourself what really works. Don't just watch, act,